Okay, so today I have my Jarad deck. We have Jarad. He's 2 black, 2 green for a 2/2 zombie elf that gets +1/+1 for each creature card in my graveyard, and he has pay black or green and any color to sacrifice another creature, and each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Then you can also sacrifice a swamp and forest to return it from a graveyard to your hand. So, pretty good. Then base glance. 2, 3, 6. 7 swamps. And 6 forests. So 7 swamps, 6 forests. And Golgari Lich, Foul Orchard, Jungle Hollow, Golgari Rot Farm, Tainted Wood, Landmar Wastes, Endless Sands, Nephalia Academy, Exotic Orchard, Gaia Reach Sanitarium, Mystifying Maze, Terramorphic Expanse, Grim Backwoods, Rogue's Passage, Temple of the False God, Evolving Wilds, Westvale Abbey, Command Tower, Field of Ruin foil, Vivid Marsh, Leech-ridden Swamp, Mortuary Mire, Desert of the Indomitable, and Mosswort Bridge. So those are our lands, or my lands. Now onto the other spells. First off, Skull Clamp, because we will be sacrificing. Soul Ring, Deathrite Shaman. So it's a hybrid black or green for a 1/2 elf shaman, and you can exile a land card from your graveyard to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. And then you can pay a black to tap it to exile an instant sorcery card from your graveyard, and each opponent loses 2 life. Then you can exile a creature card from your graveyard for a green, tap it, and then you gain 2 life. So pretty good. Crop Rotation, Attune with Aether, Traverse the Ulvenwald, Dark Ritual, Dowsing Dagger. It's 2 for an artifact equipment. When it's the battlefield, target opponent creates 2 0/2 green plant creature tokens with Defender. It says equip cost 2. An equipped creature gets +2/+1, and whenever it deals combat damage to player, you may transform it. So transforms into Lost Veil. It says tap it, add 3 mana of any 1 color to your mana pool. So pretty nice. Okay, Golgari Signet. Okay, that's done. We have Kuros the Guild Mage. It's a black and a green for 2/2 elf shaman. You could pay 1 black and a green to target creature gets +1/+1 and gains Intimidate until end of turn. And then you can pay 2 a black and a green to sacrifice a non-token creature, and then put X 1/1 green sapling creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is the sacrificed creature's toughness. So pretty nice. Golgari Charm. Treasured Find, black-green, sorcery, return a card from a graveyard to your hand, and exile it. And then exile Treasured Find. Grizzly Salvage. Deathcap Cultivator. 4 extra mana, and a lot of times we will have Delirium, but it doesn't matter that much. Sylvan Scrying. Avaricious in case commander gets really big and we just want to give him infect. Diabolic Intent. Zulapart Cutthroat. Pretty nice because we will be sacrificing creatures a lot. Okay. Apprentice Necromancer. Because, like, let's say you use the ability to get back a bigger creature, and then you can just attack with a creature and then sacrifice it to Jarad to deal extra damage. Grim Discovery. Golgari Cluestone. Journey to Eternity. Says, it's 1 black-green enchant creature you control. When an enchanted creature dies, return it to the battlefield under your control. Then return Journey to Eternity to the battlefield under your control, transformed. Transforms into Etzal, Cave of Eternity. It's a legendary land, and it says tap it, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, or pay 3, a black and a green, and tap it to return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty nice, because once we sacrifice our creatures, it would be nice to return them. Brawls, I recently did a deck tech on him. It's pretty nice because we can just use the cards in our graveyard, exile them, then put them on other creatures, and then make our sacrifices bigger and better. Putrefy. Golgari Germination. I really like this card. Viridian Corruptor. Artifact removal, nice. Orin Viper. It's 1/2 green for a 1/3 snake, and when it deals combat damage to a creature, destroy that creature at the end of combat. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Or you may draw a card. Beast Within. Hero's Downfall. Fortuitous Fine. Underworld Connections. It's a pretty nice card. Night Howler. Aetherworks Marvel. This card is nice because we will be putting a lot of permanents into the graveyard. So being able to cast another creature off the top of our library is really nice without paying mana cost. Thran Dynamo. Savra. Kind of felt like building her into building a commander deck around her, but I just thought Jarad's much better, so she is in the deck now. She's 2 for a black-green 2/2 elf shaman again. It says whenever you sacrifice a black creature, you may pay 2 life. If you do, each other player sacrifices a creature. And then it says whenever you sacrifice a green creature, you may gain 2 life. Pretty nice. Pretty nice because Jarad is a sac outlet himself. Reaper of the Wilds. Foily. Splendid Reclamation. Harmonize. By the way, Splendid Reclamation works well if Jarad died, and then you want to get him back into your hand so you don't have to pay the commander tax. Mind Slicer. Gaunty, Lord of Luxury. I'll read him. It's 2 and then 2 black for a 2/3 Aetherborn Rogue with Death Touch. And it says when Gaunty, Lord of Luxury, enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library. Exile 1 of them face down, then put the rest on the bottom of that library in a random order. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may look at it and you may cast it and you may spend mana as though it were of any type to cast it. Dutiful Return. Cryptghast. It's a nice card. Acidic Slime. Mitotic Slime. It's 4 and a green for 4/4 Ooze. And it says when Mitotic Slime is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put two 2/2 green ooze creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have, when this creature is put into the graveyard, put two 1/1 ooze creature tokens onto the battlefield. Pretty nice. Phyrexian Hydra. This is a really good card to sacrifice because it's only 5 mana and it's a 7/7, and it can be a win condition with its infect. Rise from the Grave. Ogre Slumlord. This is a really nice card to give us Rats with Death Touch to stop people from attacking us and then maybe get an extra damage. Okay. Next we have Sidisi, Undead Vizier. 3 and 2 black for a 4/6 zombie Naga with Death Touch and Exploit. And when it exploits a creature, you may search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Very nice. Palace Siege is a really good card because we will be sacrificing a lot of cards, a lot of creatures. It will be nice to get one of them back every upkeep, because most of the time you'll choose cons unless you already have a lot of creatures and it's got a late game and you don't really need it. Eldest Reborn, 4 and a black for a saga. At the first time, says each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Then each opponent discards a card. And then put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's pretty nice. Dictate of Erebos, because it will be nice to we'll make them sacrifice creatures when we sacrifice creatures. Scuttling Doom Engine. Balithnol. I really like this card because you can get back 2 creatures and it is a 4/5 for 6. And it's not the best, but the ability to get those 2 creatures is nice. Ever After, 4 and 2 black for a sorcery. You return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Each of those creatures is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Put Ever After on the bottom of its owner's library. It's a nice card. Zendikar Resurgent. Grave Betrayal. It's 5 and 2 black for enchantment. Whenever a creature you don't control dies, return it to the battlefield under your control with an additional +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. If that creature is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. So it's really nice to get their dead creatures and then sacrifice them. And they're bigger because they come with a +1/+1 counter. Scar Goliath, 6 and 2 green for a 9/9 trample with Blood Rush for 7. Nice sacrifice outlet. Terastodon. Pretty nice. Decree of Pain. Archfiend of Despair. It's 6 and 2 black for a 6/6 demon with flying. It says your opponents can't gain life. And at the beginning of each end step, each opponent will lose life equal to the life that player lost this turn. Pretty nice. Razaketh, the Foul-Blooded. You can pay 2 life, sacrifice a creature, and tutor. And he's a big guy. Gaze of Granite. It's a nice card. And that's all. So, that was my Jarad Golgari Lich Lord deck.